Hello everybody, it is the 30th of November. Thanksgiving is behind us. As you can see, the Christmas tree lights are on. Turned them on after Thanksgiving. It is a cool one today, about 15 below. It is about 8:30, 8:40. The sun is coming up. We were out of state visiting family. So of course, it snowed a little bit, not much. Got back last night. We'll get the tractor fired up. After it warms up for a while, we'll leave it plugged in for 3 or 4 hours. Wait till mid-afternoon. Get the snow taken care of. It's going to be a beautiful day. Not a cloud in the sky, hardly. A little bit up there. Hope everybody's having a great day. Even though we live basically in the middle of town, it's not too uncommon to see a grouse in the backyard. The collie dogs were all inside sleeping, so this one had the backyard all to itself. Well, here's a prime example of why we love our little town so much. The city has transformed our town square into an ice skating rink. And tonight is the tree lighting ceremony for the Christmas tree. And it's events like this that bring the community together on a cool December evening. How's the
Hey, you guys all ready?
Gonna do a countdown?
Hey, we're gonna do a countdown. 3, 2, 1.
Hey! This definitely is an event that the town truly enjoys, and primarily made possible with lots of hard work and dedication from the city, and countless volunteers. People either brought their own skates, or the city does have a fairly good selection of skates that can be borrowed. The temperature on this night was about 10 below, but everybody was bundled up. As I look around and think how lucky I am to be part of this community, it definitely gives you feelings of nostalgia and makes you think you're in a Norman Rockwell painting. If you haven't guessed by now, this particular video is pretty much a month compressed into one video. So here pretty quick, we're going to get caught back up to real time. But until then... Well, good morning everybody. It is December 21st. A nice Saturday morning. I say morning, I think it's almost noon. It's a little after 11 o'clock. Things have really calmed down here in town. Drive by the construction camp. As you can see, it's pretty quiet there. They pulled out. I'm not sure they're 100% done with the road work out in the ag project, but they're done for the winter anyways until spring. Shut that thing off so you guys can hear me. Well, it's freezing up pretty good. Been a little while since I showed you the river. There's a few open leads left. But when you start to see the animals running across it, they're feeling pretty confident. It's about 20 degrees, which is pretty nice. It's been below zero for the last few weeks. Somebody crossed it on a snow machine, which there's enough ice now. Just be cautious, don't hang out on it. High overcast and a pretty stiff breeze. So as far as winter weather goes, for us, it's a nice day. Okay, start this rattling machine up. Let's see, today's project, pretty much just going out to check on the farm, do a little maintenance on the security cameras. I think there's some drifts out there. We'll start the tractor up, clear the road up, that kind of stuff. It's a warm enough day. really don't like starting the equipment when it's below zero if we don't have to. Not that it can't be started. They all have heaters on them. You can plug them in and they'll start when it's 20, 30, 40 below. But you don't have to. Why push it? Some road footage here. Between being the coldest, darkest time of the year and the holidays, as well as the fact that they have completed most of the work out on the agricultural subdivision roads, there won't be much activity out here for a while. The next construction project will be running power out to the ag project. And it looks like they'll start that project mid-January. And they have roughly 8 or 9 miles of power line right-of-way to clear. And definitely the best time of year to do that is when everything is frozen. And all of us out here at the agricultural project are definitely excited to get power installed. Look at that, we're already at the farm. Since the weather's warmed up a little bit, took the opportunity to do a little snow removal. And as you can see, there really is not that much snow, especially right where we keep all the equipment on top of the hill. But like anywhere where you have light snow and high winds, it tends to drift a little bit. And the tractor is definitely not the most efficient way to move it, but it works okay. The skid steer would have been a lot faster, but it was kind of put away for the winter and it still has the mulcher head on it. And with spending less than an hour moving snow, the tractor was good enough. There is definitely one advantage to spending a couple of winters out here on the farm. We get a pretty good idea of where the wind blows from and where things are going to drift. So when it comes time to build some more permanent buildings, we can hopefully orientate them in such a way that the drifts don't block doorways. So for us, at the end of December, this is the brightest part of the day. But the landscape is still extremely beautiful, with the shades of blue and gray and a hint of pink off on the horizon. Not many critters are moving this time of year. Occasionally you'll see a squirrel, a fox, a grouse, or a moose moving around off out in the distance. The road into the farm runs on the top of this little ridge, and it works pretty good, doesn't drift too bad, but inevitably, anywhere there's a high spot, a drift starts to form. And just take a few minutes and clear this out. And if you haven't noticed, I did speed up all these clips. The tractor doesn't move real fast, and I definitely was in no hurry. So I sped up the footage a little bit to make it a little more entertaining. And I'm sure somebody out there is thinking, you guys need to get a blade for that tractor. It is definitely on the list. But until that time comes, this is doing a pretty good job. And it definitely beats shoveling. And heck, how can you not enjoy it with all the great views we have? Okay, so that is corn cobs. The corn is over the hill. So the ravens are actually carrying it, or something else is. I'd say it's fox, birds. They pretty much picked it clean. Okay, don't know how well you'll be able to hear me in the tractor. So we just came across where there was 4 or 5 ears of corn that had been packed over to the other side of the farm and eaten. I don't know if birds carried them or the foxes carried them or who carried them, but it was obviously between birds and some kind of critters. I would assume a fox had eaten all the kernels. So pretty interesting. Hadn't really thought that many critters would be that interested in the corn, but apparently there's quite a few. I guess why not? We like it. They do too. Driving out across one of the fields, there's not a lot of snow out on the flat. Foot and a half. I definitely did not expect to find corn cobs that far away from the field. We had been seeing the ravens in the field and figured they were doing everything from maybe eating some of the kernels off of the cobs or going through and looking for mice that were living in the field. As we approached the field, I took a moment, got out of the tractor, and walked around to see exactly what was going on. And the critters definitely have been busy and hard at work. To me, the first thing that comes to mind is how resourceful they are. And I wonder how much benefit the different critters get out of this cornfield. With more food, that may mean better survival rate to get through the winter, or that they have more offspring. When I noticed, there's a couple different sizes of tracks, so I think we have a combination. But obviously, somebody's been packing them over here to eat them. And seeing how there's canine poop, I would assume it's a canine of some kind. We sure do appreciate everybody watching these videos and subscribing if you like what you see. We know there's not a whole lot of activity happening out on the farm in the middle of winter, but we like to show you what actually goes on the farm without any drama, and there's definitely no script. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.